So we'll first start with documents. Will recurring donations be a part of the discussion? All right.
Welcome to High.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. So for documents and contracts, what we released after our last town hall on 11th and 11th of June was that we started supporting snapshots. So now if you have templates added to one sort of sub account, you can move it to others. So it should be easier for you to onboard clients onto documents and contracts. No other major releases in the month because primarily we are focusing on two big releases. One of them is almost done, which is recurring payment support for agreements. So currently, whenever you add any item into the product list, you are not able to add recurring products. So that sort of limits the usage when it comes to signing off an agreement and sending an invoice out. But now you would be able to add recurring products as well, so that once the customer signs, you will be able to send out, invoices which have a monthly fee, which have a monthly element to it, or which have a weekly element to it. So would be super helpful for people who sell memberships, people who have, 6-month schedules or even yearly schedules. So that kind of agreements can be now signed and sent out. Another thing that we are actively working on is two-in-one documents. So which essentially means that once a document would be now signed by the primary recipient, the primary recipient could select finish and complete payment, and the invoice would directly load up there, and the payment could be made then and there. So it reduces all the lengthy steps of, let's say, an email going out once the document is signed, then the client opening that email to view the invoice and then making the payment. So instead, you would be able to get that seamless, way of sending out a document, getting it signed, and then just getting the payment right then and there. So, and in terms of upcoming features, so a multitude of them lined up. One primary thing that I keep on hearing is opportunity custom value support, which is linked to, let's say, you're capturing certain information around contacts and you are saving it in opportunity custom values. Let's say you collected it via form, and now you want to use those opportunity values into a document, right? Currently, you are not able to do that. So we are figuring out ways how to sort of support it, and most likely this will be out in this month itself. Then we have custom value linkage to the fillable fields. Let's say you have a PDF agreement or you have any other agreement where you want to capture, let's say, an address of a user, right? And you have a fillable text field over there. You would send that out, but today that uh, address gets saved on the document, but you are not able to link it to the contact. So we will be able to support that very soon, and you will be able to link the fillable text field to the contact, or if possible, opportunity custom values. So maybe in the V1, we will try to link it to contacts and later to opportunities as well. Then we have activity log for documents and contracts coming up, which primarily revolves around, let's say you've sent a document and a lot of users want to view that whether the document was viewed by one of the recipients or not viewed. And basis that they want to remind that user or, just call them up saying that you haven't viewed the document that I sent you. So that is something that we will be coming out with. Then we have template library integration planned out, which essentially will help you to have different kind of templates added to the library. And then if your customers are from a particular area, right, they could simply just add a template and start sending those agreements out. Along with that, we are planning to add multiple PDF upload support. That is that if you're making a document and you want to create a PDF and you want to add a pre-existing PDF in the middle of the document, you will be now able to do that. So it helps you to create more variable sort of documents. And also along with the same, we will be enabling dragging and dropping of pages. So today it only goes out in a certain order, but dragging and dropping is not possible. So that is also something that we'll pick up. In terms of enhanced sending module, so I think the one current biggest limitation is the fact that if you just want your document to go out as a CC document to someone, right, you are not able to do that. Even the CC recipient who was planned has to sort of accept the document. So now, while sending an email, we will be giving you an option that you can add CC recipient so that you don't have to add them to the document itself. So that is on documents and contracts. I'll quickly jump on to payment links and invoicing. But before that, if we have any questions, open to take it. I Dutch Texan. Yes.
I have a question about like the features that how we can create a document. Like if we compare it to like the emails within High Level, we have many more features to drag and drop and customize an email to our liking. Is that also coming up in the documents? Because I would love to have much more features that I can create a document to my liking instead of the limited but great product that it is, but it's kind of limited on how you want to make the document look.
Correct. Fair. So on that, we have 2 to 3 features planned in this quarter, and as we grow, like we'll keep on increasing those assets. So I think one primary thing that is missing is the split column support. Let's say if you want to, add 2 images column wise, let's say within 2 columns, or you want to add 10 images side by side, you are currently not able to do that. So we'll be adding that split column support so that you can enhance or you can make your documents look better. Along with that, we'll be coming out with headers and footers, which was also a lot requested feature on the idea board. So those are the 2 things that we'll be coming out with. Along with that, the focus would be primarily on making payments very seamless on documents, and also the fields, the linkages that we currently have with the other systems, which is like custom value support of opportunities and custom value to fillable fields. So I think focus this quarter will be primarily on getting those functional requirements out, along with the split column support and headers and footers. And post that, in the next quarter onwards, we can start adding more features which can help you to make better looking documents. Until then, we anyways have upload PDF support. So if you have a pre-made template, you can always upload a PDF and get the signatures on it.
So if I upload a PDF with like custom values or custom fields, sorry, that will not auto-generate, right? The custom fields that I used in. So right now, if I create a document and I fill out a custom field, it will auto-generate that value. But if I upload a PDF, is that still working then?
No, it gets uploaded as an image. So most like if you want to sort of add that PDF, right, you can add blank spaces over there, and on top of that, you can add custom values, and they will keep on rendering.
I see. All right. Thank you.
Yep.
I think we have others in the chat as well.
Yeah.
TJ Doer asked, any opportunity to have adjustable margins? We have documents that require initials at the bottom of the page, but we are unable to move below the bottom page margin.
Correct. So TJ, that's in the list. But I would say towards the end of the quarter. But if we can prioritize it, if it's a small effort, I can see, and if we can ship it out sooner, we will.
Cool.
Does this also?
Yeah, you're taking those up, Harshit?
Yeah. So Stacy says that, does this also impact all documents? That is affiliates, affiliate agreement, tax docs. Stacy, what do you mean when you say what impacts all documents?
Well, when you were talking about whether or not the documents were signed or not, if that was like sort of a notification that was provided to us, because right now I have to have a workflow that sort of like keeps recycling the document to that individual to be able to provide their, their financial information or sign their affiliate agreement. I was just wondering if that was sort of a feature when you were talking about notification. Did I miss something?
I am not sure if I get your
I guess
question.
I was looking at the activity log for documents and contracts, so I wasn't sure if that was tied to a notification for us to be notified when somebody had signed for when somebody was still pending, if there was like a view that we would be able to have.
No, so that is not around notifications, but that is on having that visibility on the dashboard itself. So that if you go onto a document, you can just, scroll onto see that
Okay.
who has viewed, who has not, and basis that you can reach out to the client or something along those lines. But on top of that, if you want to set notifications, I think we added a few filters on, having the viewed option, having the signed option. So that is something that you can still do via workflows.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you. Then we have Jose asking, I have several questions about docs and templates. Please let me know if I can make those questions. Jose, I think if it's a series of questions, I'm just dropping my calendar link and you can set up a call with me and we'll go over it.
Yes, may I ask
Yeah,
you the questions right here?
If you've got like a question or two, we can probably do it here, but if it's going to go in depth, just in the interest of time, we'd probably want to take that offline.
Well, yes, definitely. We have more than 2 questions, but I can, submit a couple of questions. The first of all, guys, why is the limitation to add 2 signatures or 2 signers using workflows? That's a limitation. And also, there is no way to resolve it looking for adding a signature custom fields at the signature itself. It doesn't let add 2 signatures as a custom fields. What's the reason for that one, guys? At the documents and templates. Because we know that there is no way right now to add 2 signatures at the same time, but using workflows. Okay, let's say that this is the best example. A person or a company who are filling a form with that requires automatically 2 signers instead just 1. There is no way to do that one because using templates across the workflows, we can add just 1 signature. What is the best way? I try to find my way. My way is try to add custom field signature, but you don't let add custom field as signatures in the documents and templates. I have more questions, guys, but at least if you can help me with that one.
Correct, Jose. I think it's a valid ask and we are working on it. We have that plan for the quarter where you are saying that if you have multiple recipients, right, and you want to add a workflow to it, how do you sort of send it to multiple contacts in the workflow itself? So that is something that we are planning out and we'll ship it out probably.
I think this has a technical limitation as well, right, Jose? Because when a workflow operates, it basically pulls in 1 contact at a time. And how we make use of automations in contracts is you create a contract template, you assign any signature fields to yourself or the business users, and then whatever fields are left blank, it will be assigned to the contact who has entered the workflow. And let's say you have 3 recipients, A, B, and C, who need to sign the same document, then probably you will create a template, let contact A enter the workflow, and then the contact A will receive the document to sign their specific part. But I think where we get confused is how would they actually pick up the same document that was signed by A to send it over to B, because you have the send document action based on the template only, right?
You know what, Prashant, I try to find always. In fact, I have more than 2 months trying to looking for my out solution because I try to reach out to people at support, but they doesn't help me. They confuse, they open a ticket and they never respond to me or they close the ticket. I would like to connect with one of the developers because I have a lot of ideas. That's something that I consider urgent as solution. What you told is pretty good, but my point is I find ways to create a second contact, not as a contact, but creating just additional custom fields and adding a second signature. But the problem is from the workflows, there is no way to add a second signature and send to 2 different emails, using our workflow. This is something I know that is possible just adding a manually another signature. That's so simple. But my idea is somebody fills a form that requires 2 signatures instead just 1. There is no way to do that one. I find an alternative way because I say, okay, when I fill the form and I just can send a signature to just 1 person, let me try to take the signature from the second signer in the form itself and try to call that signature instead to the signature sent and request by email as a signature, but as a custom field. Well, what a surprise. When I add the custom field, you guys on documents and templates don't let me add for security reasons, whatever is the reason, I understand, you don't let me add a signature custom field. That's my solution that I'm trying to adapt to those limitations. Of course, guys, I have more questions, but I need to respect the others people's time. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like this is going to get solved within workflows, but it's a valid question. So,
and I think you should spend some time with Harshit. He has dropped in his calendar link. I think you can set up some time with him, and he should be able to arrive at a solution based on your use cases.
yeah. Matt, what do you got? To unmute.
Hey,
Okay.
sorry, took me a minute to unmute. What is on the roadmap as far as tax integrations, specifically maybe telecom taxes?
Matt, I'm not sure if I get the question. What do you mean when you say telecom text integrations?
So telecom has a unique set of taxes that
Oh,
there are services that rate it, but it would be great to integrate that
Okay, so
ability.
you're
to
saying
text
like
through.
if you're doing like a big telecom installation or structured wiring or something, that there's specialized taxes that are associated with that industry in particular, like your Verizon
Yeah,
bill
or even just
has
ongoing.
4 million fees on it.
Exactly. You have
Yeah.
state, county, city, E911, tax, title license. So like
Could this be achieved
level
with the
hits a lot of-
manual taxes, Prashant, or am I overthinking this?
No, I think if manual taxes is your use case for documents and contracts or invoices or payment links, you can use manual taxes inside payment settings and taxes. Automatic taxes which work automatically based on the customer's PIN or zip code or country or state, they are in testing stages right now for US. So probably in a week or a couple of weeks, it is also coming out. So
Right, but
you should
that's probably not going to address this specific use case, right? So in this case, it sounds like using manual taxes is the way to go.
why not? Automatic taxes would solve for it.
Because
Well, 'cause it's
telecom
like-
has a unique taxation rate. So
Correct.
automatic
what-
taxes would be
Automatic
be
taxes,
great.
automatic taxes, it would basically ask you to define product tax categories for each of the products that you have defined in. So let's say the first product is an animal pet supply and the second product is an apparel product or a clothing product that you're selling in. So you can tag them that, hey, the first one is animal pet supplies, whereas the second one is a clothing product that I'm selling in. And based on the category of that product, it will automatically calculate using the TaxJar APIs.
Okay, so it sounds like automatic taxes may help solve for this a little bit more cleanly. But yeah, I guess
And I
we'll
think
cross
the
that bridge once
until the
once
time
they
is
come out.
to use the manual tax rates till then. But I think in a matter of weeks, automatic taxes should also be out.
Okay.
Is there a test of that? Like, could we see that in the sandbox and help demo it for that case? It'd be interesting to see if it's usable there.
We don't have a sandbox of it right now with us because we are internally testing it. But I think soon when we make the release, I think we'll put that into labs or something. Then only I
Okay.
think that's the best way in which you should be able to test. We are testing it internally right now. I think there are some issues which we are resolving. But when it goes out, I think that would be the best time to take those up.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Cool. Jose?
Well, this is the opportunity to make the question. Come on, we are 35 persons in this room. I hope that everybody have made their question. But anyways, guys, I have another question about documents and templates. This is a specific case. I have a customer who have a template, a PDF template with 5 pages. Look, what's the problem right here. I need to create documents with combinations, with different combinations, with a specific page. What's my limitation right here, guys? I need to create 25 different combinations to create something very complicated. What's my solution right here? Is there a possible that instead to send 25 different documents from templates to the template section from the PDF document, is there a way to send just 5 different pages and add page, okay, add additional page and create a document, calling different page? That's a great limitation that we have right now on documents and templates, because this is something that you can do, but not importing PDF. What's my idea right now? I would like to import just 5 pages and construct the documents that I need, just adding different page. That's so complicated right now. And that drives me crazy, because instead to use just 5 pages, I need to create different 25 templates. That's the combination that I need to do it.
Okay.
That's a great limitation.
Oh, these are all great comments, but let's just get through, because this is going to take us some time to unravel all this. So let's get through the presentation, and then
okay, sounds good. Sounds pretty good. Just okay. Perfect.
Good deal. Thanks.
Okay. So on invoicing, what we released recently was that we started adding zip code for payment links for NMI and authorize. So all the payment failures that were happening due to zip code not being there will now get reduced. Along with that, we improved the QuickBooks integration for all the users who are in non-US countries. So earlier taxes were something that had to be synced, and now that is supported. So any integration issues that you are facing with QuickBooks will now be solved. Then we have invoices and payment links. We made a small change to sort of enhance the UI. Currently the state drop-down view did not look good, so now that is better looking state selection. And then we have custom invoice reminders in settings, which essentially enables you to get rid of any workflows that you have that you already had to sort of send reminders to the customer. You can simply go on to invoice settings, go on to reminder settings, create reminders with different frequencies and all the different customizations that you can. And at the same time, you can enable, you can add 5, you can add 10, any number of reminders that you want. We also started supporting custom terms and conditions to payment links. So if you have any custom page that you want the user to be redirected to, the TNCs can be added under the pay button rather than the regular text that used to be here. Along with that, what will be coming out very soon is collection of tips on invoices. So this is almost tested, dev done. Should be another 2-3 days that we release this. So that is going out very soon. Then we have zero integration. As we discussed on the bigger town hall, this is something which is currently in review with the zero team. So once that is done, we should be able to go live with this as well. And in terms of what are the upcoming features, we are coming up with the custom payment methods per invoice, where you will be able to configure on a global level as well as a local level that what all payment method do you want to support. Let's say you only want to support bank transfers, you will be able to do that. So that any high ticket invoice that you might be raising should not go out with, card payments as a method, because you lose 2% on it. So that is something that you will be able to do now. What is coming out also is automatic taxes.
I wasn't sure if that's what you wanted or.
Then we are coming out with late fee on invoices if the invoices pass due dates. And the biggest release would be primarily on the estimates end, where let's say you have a customer and you are sending out an estimate to them, they can either reject or accept that estimate. And once it will be accepted by the customer, you could simply create an invoice and send it out to the user. So those will be the key things that we'll be working on. And along with that, we will also be working on the UI sort of revamp for invoices, where you will be able to simply have a payment links like experience, where on the left side you could edit all the fields, and on the right side you will be able to have a preview of the invoice as well as the estimates. Open to take any questions that we might have.
All right. Is that all we've got for the presentation?
Yeah, we can jump on to e-commerce and payments.
Okay, yeah, let's move on to ecom. And we'll answer some of these questions in the chat.
Yeah.
Get started with the ecom part. Yeah. Just a second. I hope my screen is visible.
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. So coming to e-commerce, we have released a couple of items in past couple of months. So coming to this one, like one of the some of the items that we have released, one is shipping and delivery charges, delivery rates based on the product weights in e-commerce. User like store owners can create their shipping zones, and for a certain zone, they can define. Earlier, they were able to define shipping rates based on certain countries. Then we brought one more level of filter where you can set up shipping and delivery charges based on some certain states. After that, you had a conditional option where you can set up delivery charges based on some certain price ranges. Let's say if your price is in certain range, you are able to charge user some certain amount. Now we have brought a weight range where, let's say, if your items are like in a certain range, you can like set a differential price to it and charge on the basis of like differential weight ranges here. Then we have release recurring products in online stores. So now store owners can sell their recurring payment products, or let's say any subscription product in their online stores. They can set up like they can put setup fees or trial period, and the monthly fees and the billing cycle can also be defined for each of these subscription products. And if you look into, and these products will have different kind of UI altogether. If you can see, they will have a subscription tag, and if they have any trial period attached to it, they will have a certain different pill like this UI element attached to it. And in every single page, like on the product list page, product details page, cart page, and the checkout page, everywhere the UI will be different for these products. And the thing is like for a recurring product, only one recurring product can be bought in a single order. If you want to, if a like end buyer wants to purchase multiple recurring products, they have to place different orders for it. So that's the condition here. Only one recurring product can be bought in a single order, and n number of one-time purchase items can be bought along with the recurring product here. Then we have product weights, dimension, and SKU fields for e-commerce. So now for your products, you can define their dimensions and the product weights. And along with that, stock keeping unit field can is also there, which you can define. So now what we have is, earlier we had all those things upfront in the product details page here itself. But now what happens is, as soon as you create multiple variants and save it, once you save it, you will have a dedicated variant page for it. In that variant page, you can set up the pricing for your product, and at the same point of time, stock keeping unit can be seen here at the bottom. And along with that, shipping for shipping purposes, we have brought the weights and dimensions. So in the upcoming couple of weeks as well, we will have like automatic shipping charges, live shipping rates at the time of checkout, and all those things will are coming really soon. So for that, we needed this new thing, which is product weights and dimensions for it. So yeah, this is the new change. Then we have related products in e-commerce stores. So what will happen is, if you go under in any product, and in the product details page, you can like add a new section to it, which is a related product section. What will it show is all the products related to the collection of the same product as well. So let's say if you have this Hotstar product, what will happen is all the products in the similar collection will be shown under the related product section, and you can rename the title of this section altogether. And you can access this in the website builder itself. So you will have a toggle here. If you toggle it on, the related product section will show up at the bottom of the product details page altogether, and you can like visit there. And also you can set up like how many products you want to show and all those stuff, and you can also set up the headline from here. And this is how it looks exactly in your product details page. All the product details will be at the top, and at the bottom you will have a related product section, a dedicated one. And at maximum you can set up 10 number of products can be shown, and like you can also set up how many columns should be there for related products. Then we have product labels, ribbons for your products in e-commerce stores. So this is the one of the recent release which happened this week. what will happen is you can add a tag to your product. Let's say if you have a product in your store which is a like a bestseller, or let's say you want to feature a product, you can just simply add a tag to it, and you can see that it will look differently in the UI compared to other items. And all this can be configured within the product details page. So you can go in the payments, under payments, go in the products, and under products, select any particular product. In that product details page, you just need to enable this checkbox where it says enable product label. And in that, you can set up a content like whatever the name is, like whether it's a bestseller June or let's say featured product. And you can set a visibility duration as well. So let's say if some item is on sale, or let's say it's a flash sale going on in your e-commerce store, you can just start and set up a start and end date to it, and it will show as a different tag altogether. Right now, we only give a customization on the text side of it. And few further iterations, we also will be having multiple other functionalities attached to it. Then, so all of these items are live currently. Talking about some of the items which are still in progress and will be released very soon are manual payment methods, which will be like cash on delivery, or let's say you can create your own custom payment method. So you can maybe rename it as, let's say, pay at the time of pickup or something. So all of these will be cash on delivery based payment methods. Maybe you can call it a manual payment method altogether. And this is about to be released and is under QA right now. The next item is store submenu in site section. So this is a new, like a very important release for us altogether. So earlier, if you wanted to like access a store or create a store, what used to happen was you needed to go in the websites. In the websites, you needed to add a new website, and within that, you used to add a new store to it. But now what will happen is you can create a new store altogether with just one single click button in the store submenu. So we have like brought this out altogether. So this will be a store submenu, and all the stores, all your stores will be lying under this submenu itself. And you can create a new store altogether by just clicking on this CTA. And also you will have this more functionality. So you can either create from a blank, you can create a blank store, or either you can choose a template from it. So all the e-commerce store templates will be here, and you can just like build on top of it. So these are like some of the line items. So this is like one of the important item for us, and will be released very soon, like in this week or by the mid of next week. And this is next item is print shipping labels and packing slips. So right now, if you want to print a packing slip for your any of your order, depending on what is the fulfillment state or whatever, you can do it within the like order details page itself. So you will have a CTA here, click to action button. If you click on it, you will get a like there are two places where you can print the shipping label. One will be outside, which is a global level of button which will be there. If you click on it, it will give you a complete like shipping label having all the items in the like order. Second part is if you want to fulfill some of the items, or let's say choose some of the items for which you want to print separately, what you can do is you can just select the items for which you want to print the shipping label, click on the CTA that is there at the time of fulfillment, and it will open a new PDF for you, and you can just like download it, and it will have all the details in it. So these it's still in progress. It will take couple of weeks to be live. Then we have yeah, so all of these were like recent releases or the upcoming releases. And talking about the upcoming items that are other than these, like which are in the pipeline, are manual payment methods, which we discussed right now. Then we have print shipping labels. Then we have automatic shipping cost and calculation, and automatic shipping fulfillment. So what will happen is it's a shipper integration. What will happen is you can show your end buyers a live shipping rate, or also you have an option to directly sync all your orders directly from like high level to your Shippo account, and you can just purchase a shipping label and just place an order for your item, and all the fulfillment and every detail will be sent to your user async via notifications. So this is like complete shipping. This will complete the whole loop of like the e-commerce for you, which will be just the shipment part, which is like one of the highly requested items for us as well on the ideas board. Then we have upsell purchases in store checkout. So after the users have bought an item, there will be upsell like elements you can add to your like thank you page, and the users can just click. It's a one-click buy thing. So your users can just buy that product altogether by one single click, and you can just choose all the products that you want to show at the time of upsell. Then we will be having an inventory management page under products section. So through this, you can just maintain your inventory on a global level. Just update your inventory, like what all items are available, quantities are there, or let's say in case you want to just directly go and change the SKU or something. So all those things can be configured from here. But for now, only available quantity is configurable, and you will be redirected to product if you want to change any further things in this. Then we have, and also like inventory management page will have different different products will have different inventory like lines. So like let's say if your product has 4 or 5 variants, they will be in separate lines, and you can update quantity separately for all of them. Then we have product reviews and ratings. So you can attach like reviews or ratings to your products, and you can also filter on top of it. So this is also one of the like highly requested items. Then we will be having WooCommerce integration ahead, and it's yet to be like we are still working on it. And through this, what will happen is like it's one of the highest requested ideas board item right now, and we will have multiple things like product syncing, your like triggers and automations part of it. Then we will be having multiple other like contact updation, CRM updation, and all those things. Then we will be bringing more sales channel to e-commerce, which will be TikTok integration, Facebook Marketplace integration, Instagram Shop integration, and most importantly, Google Merchant Center integration. So all of these shop integrations will be coming in future, through which you will be able to not just sell products on your website, but also increase the sales channel altogether. So also, in case you have any queries related to any of these line items, or let's say any suggestions or queries, I'll just drop my calendar link here, and yeah, you can schedule a call. And also does anyone have any questions right now?
Yeah, there's a bunch in the chat. I know that we're working on the digital product delivery through ecom.
Yeah, that's also one of the line item that we have in this quarter.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're picking it up very soon.
Cool. Awesome.
I have
Yeah,
a
I think
question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
With the shipping cost calculation, automatic shipping fulfillment, are you guys going to be building that completely natively, or will there be an integration with service like ShipStation or any of the others? And then the second part is, what if an organization has a negotiated account with one of the carriers, such as FedEx or UPS?
So what you can do is like for this right now we are going with Shippo integration. With this, what you can do is you can just connect your Shippo accounts, put in the API keys and all those things, and you will be able to connect your Shippo account. Then the next thing is you will be able to sync all your orders from high level directly to your Shippo account. Through there, you can just purchase labels and all those things. Coming to the second part of the question, whether you have a like partnership with, let's say, DHL, or you have purchased some thing, what you can do is you just go in the Shippo and you can just log in with your DHL account there itself. So you have a capability within Shippo to do that. So you can just connect your Shippo in case you have already purchased some fees, paid some fees for it. So that's available there in the Shippo interface.
Okay, and you're saying Shippo? I just wasn't clear on hearing that.
So Shippo is just similar to ShipStation. It's a multi-carrier platform. Uh, so it's a like combination of multiple carriers that are there, and within that you have like DHL, FedEx, USPS, and all those other carriers. And for any of the carriers, if like for the top carriers, like I know for the DHL, you can just connect your DHL account directly in the Shippo, and through that you will be charged. So that's possible right now. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, Ron. Any other questions?
Yeah, I think there were a couple others related to digital products delivery, mapping products to different stores. But I think all of that is in our list. Leor also asks a question right now. How would the upsell purchases work? Will it be a specific product from the store, or will it be a link to an upsell page and basically take them to the funnel checkout? It will be similar to how order forms work, Leor, basically. Like
you will be able to the product. Yeah, please go ahead, Prashant.
Yeah, I think I was just saying that you'll be able to build create a custom product and just attach it to the thank you page in the element that, hey, I want this product as an upsell over there.
Correct. So it will be
And-
like you can add multiple sections and just drop the upsell element there itself. And let's say you can add n number of products, like up to 6 products can be added in the upsell as in the thank you page itself. So it's just you connect the product directly in the thank you page. Yeah.
Got it. And will you show the images also on the upsell page?
Yeah. Everything will be there. The images along with the shipping charges and the taxes will be shown in the upsell element for every single product separately.
That's awesome. I think what the team has built in here is great as compared to the upsell purchases on one-step or two-step order forms, because on one-step or two-step order form, you only have a button a person can click in and they get the order confirmation element that, hey, thanks for purchasing. But since it is an online store and probably you want to upsell a yoga mat, which probably requires an image, it requires other details related to that. So the team is building an upsell element directly, which you can embed it in the thank you element. You can attach multiple products over there. You have related products as well, which go in the product details page that, hey, you are reviewing this product, you can purchase these 4-5 products as well. Or when you complete the checkout, you have those options. So I think tons of customizations coming up there over for the online stores.
Well, and then Paul was asking if we'll be able to update inventory levels via feed. What do you mean by feed, Paul?
Can you explain that further, Paul, if possible?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to find a mute button. What I mean is, for example, if you've got physical products and you've got stock levels, you might have, whether it's coming via Zapier or something, but be able to bring in a feed and update automatically the stock levels for your inventory.
And I think by feed, he means updating via the API, right, Paul?
Correct. Yeah, API, I guess it depends. You could perhaps have an import, a CSV import, but it'd be good to be able to automate it like a daily inventory level update or something like that.
Got it. I think this would require some further discussion with Shivam here, since he's leading the product. So I think you can book a call with him. But I think the larger point here, I would say, is that updating the inventory via API is possible right now. You have the CSV imports for products possible right now. So you can export a list of CSV products, you can import it inside GHL, and then the system will start functioning for you. You have all of the fields like title, description, and I think inventory and all are also added in there. So I think CSV and API both exist, but I think what you're looking for is that, hey, on a daily basis, I want to add my inventory or update my inventory to 100 units, for example, on a daily basis. So I think some kind of automation can help that, or you have a continuous selling when out of stock or something like that. But I think Vatsa will be able to help this run with you.
Okay, thanks, Prashant.
Awesome. I think Ikshan also has a question. Is it possible to add an e-commerce store on a website not hosted by High Level? I think
Actually, is it a normal website? Like, I think if it's not hosted on High Level, then I think it's, what is it exactly?
I suppose the way to do it could be just to simply have a menu item called store and a link to it. That will be kind of one way to do it, right? And then it redirects to the high level e-commerce store. So that would be it will be a link essentially. But I'm wondering whether there's some code that can actually be embedded on a normal website that will allow that to be more embedded than just simply a link.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea that, hey, I created my products and I want an SDK kind of thing wherein I can just go inside that website and launch all of my products over there. But I think as of today, you can launch your online store. You can have different product details page URLs that get generated over there. And probably if you want to make redirects from someone filling out a form and then landing to the product details page, I think all of that you should be able to do. And another thing, which platform would you rather use for your website hosting?
No, I'm just thinking, let's say a customer has just a normal basic website. Maybe it's a WordPress website, for example. And now instead of actually going and getting someone to actually go and develop an e-commerce store, you can actually create a very simple e-commerce store within high level. Um,
I think over
and
there, what Vatsa explained right now, he's building the WooCommerce integration. He's also focusing on the Shopify integration. So I think all of that, probably towards the end of this quarter, you just hit that, hey, I want my WooCommerce integration, and then probably all of your products that were there on WooCommerce, they get imported, they get added into your store, and probably the same products you are able to sell across high level as well. But I think it would be a good idea to jump on call with Vatsa and further explore this idea.
yeah,
If
let
you
me do
have-
that because I don't think I'm being clear in what I'm trying to ask, but let me
Yeah.
do that.
Sure. I have added my a calendar link. You can just schedule a call according to your availability.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I think Leon has a question that updating via workflows, and I think that's what we discussed as well. I think it would be a good idea to again jump on call with Vatsa on the same call. I think what the I forgot, but someone other had the same of updating inventory. But I think it will be possible. And ETA on cash on delivery. Vatsa, you want to answer that?
So cash on delivery will be released most probably by the end of this week. If not, but like you can consider Tuesday as the last tentative timeline. Next week Tuesday.
Awesome. And I think Evo has a question. Charles has a question. If I'm selling on eBay, Amazon, or other e-commerce platforms, how can I best update inventory levels and high level? That's what he's running into with most of the potential users. And would it not be rather reverse, Charles, right? That, hey, I'm selling on Amazon and probably I have my inventory over there, and probably I just want to sell the same products inside high level, and it is a common inventory probably that I maintain on Amazon or I maintain on eBay, which should get deducted over here. Should it not be this way, Charles?
Yeah, that's ideally, they're going to have a master inventory somewhere that all they can connect their solutions out there to connect eBay and Amazon and other large e-commerce platforms to a centralized inventory database. The question is how do you incorporate high level into that? I know there's API, but to an end user, since the API is not yet white labeled, it's not really, how are they going to utilize the API?
And what is the use case here? Basically, they want a single inventory solution, which is basically selling across all channels, right?
Correct. Yeah, because most of your large e-com, they're not just selling on their website. They're not just selling on Amazon. They're not just selling on eBay, but they're multi-distributing through different networks.
Correct. And I think Vatsa is figuring. I dropped in a chat of in the chat multiorders.com, and I think I spoke to a few clients few weeks back, and I think they use multi-orders for the exact use case what you're saying in here, and we were exploring a potential solution, something on these lines that, hey, you have all your inventory on a single channel and you're able to sell it across. But what we have realized after talking to more customers here, Charles, is that because they're running on Amazon or because they're running on eBay, I think they'll continue to run over there for some time is what we have realized in. And I think that's where Vatsa has in his list to just get a connect button. And then as soon as it is done, it probably updates the inventory over here as well. And as in when you sell across both the channels, it should ideally reduce inventory count at both the places, which I think the team should definitely be able to figure that out. But I think maintaining a common inventory from our side, it would be better to pull in that inventory at the first level from those users who are using Amazon or eBay, for example, is what we feel. But I think there needs to be more deep dive into this.
Yeah, no, I don't think high level should host the master inventory. I think as long as high level can integrate with a third party that supports that is built specifically for that, like you were talking about, I think that's the best solution.
Correct. And that is where we in this manner only we are running that down. It is not the top priority, I would say, because at the first level, we want to develop these integrations, sync over the product, sync over the orders so that you can have payment automation. Someone purchased on eBay, you have your common template stored in high level so that you can have customer engagement, you can send in review request and all of those. Once all of this starts working in, and it is working in based on the inventory that is attributed on Amazon or eBay site, once this complete function starts functioning in, I think we'll move over to multi-orders or something similar kind of functionality so that now we can aggregate different e-commerce channels and we can establish, because we have connections made, we have products saying, we have orders coming in, we have automations firing off. Now becomes the time to get all of them in an aggregator model, basically, or something like we become the source of truth, or we have a third-party integration so that they can manage all of this at a common place. I think that definitely is the need of the hour.
Yeah, the only other feedback that I've received on it is that while they don't have an issue with the update time to inventory, to say, if they sell something through Amazon, it updates pretty instantaneously on eBay. But their concern was how fast would it update in high level, and if there was no guarantee, I guess you could say, of how fast it would update, if they could set a custom action to update the e-commerce store on high level to contact for something to the effect of removing the available inventory and replacing it with a call to action to check on available inventory, just to eliminate the possibility of overselling stock.
Absolutely. And I think that makes sense. I think we'll be able to figure out a solution here.
Yeah,
I think we'll have to do some research over here to understand how this exactly works, the syncing of inventory between Amazon or eBay or whatever you're saying in here. But I think till the time the integrations that Vatsa just explained right now, till the time those get into development, I think Vatsa will be able to take over the rest of the details and clear out what needs to be done there.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thanks, Charles. I appreciate that.
Anything else? Oh, get a new message here. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything.
Cool.
Yeah, we have payments updates. I'll take over the screen, and we have only a few minutes left. But I think we'll be able to put this up.
Dutch, we'll get to you in a second here, bud.
Awesome. You're able to see my screen, right?
Yep.
So on the payments side, the core payments updates, the Razorpay integration is now live for Indian customers specifically. So you're able to go inside integrations, you're able to search for more, you're able to install the Razorpay application and get going with accepting Indian payments. With the same release, we introduced the ability of bringing in your own payment providers, which basically means that you can consume an API framework, and if you have a popular payment provider in your geography, or you are a third-party developer who wants to build a paid marketplace application on top of UI level, this is your opportunity to bring in a custom payment provider, consume the framework, launch the application, make it a free application or a paid application, and you would be able to surface it to the community for use. So this is an awesome upgrade in terms of making our payments ecosystem democratic, in terms of anyone can bring in any custom payment providers. I think I did not replace the image here, but manual taxes for SaaS plans is also now live, which basically means what we just talked about, the manual taxes. You're able to go inside payments taxes, and then you're able to create a tax rate that is service tax 13%. The same you can apply to SaaS plans as well, which you sell on order forms probably. And soon the SaaS team is also working on having the SaaS configurator work inside the sub account view, which basically means that not only on order forms, you should be able to sell SaaS plans on online stores, on documents and contracts, on invoicing directly, or by directly creating a payment link or any channel that you want to sell across. So probably towards the mid of this quarter, this release should also go in. But as of today, you can make use of the manual tax rates for SaaS plans. And when automatic taxes comes in, this should also work with the SaaS plans. And then for our European customers, we released ideal bank contact and SEPA direct debit payment methods inside the Stripe payment element. which basically means that if you are in the European region, if you are in Netherlands, ideal is probably which is used the most, or if you're in Belgium, PAN contact is used the most, or across the European Union, I think SEPA direct debit is the most preferred ACH debit method which is being used. So all of these bank transfers or bank redirects you can do now using Stripe. And if you want to turn any of them off, you have an option inside the Stripe dashboard. Go to the lead connector configuration and you should be able to turn those off. Automatic taxes for the US ads, we were just discussing this. You have an automatic taxes section in here, and this is the default tax category as well that we just talked about. You are able to define the category that, hey, animal pet supplies is my category or appliance is my category. And based on that, it will calculate the taxes automatically for the products that you are selling on invoices or order forms or online stores or anywhere. So you have a common category for your products and you have custom categories inside product creation as well. So I can say that, hey, my default category is clothing, whereas if a product is different from clothing, I'll specify that within that specific product. So automatic taxes coming really soon. Other items that are in the pipeline and majorly coming this month is client portal integration, which is in testing stages right now. You are able to go inside the client portal. You are able to see invoices, subscriptions, cancel your subscriptions, update your card on file, or download your invoice, download your receipt, or things like that. So that is in testing stages right now. There are a couple of issues in that, but I think that should really get resolved really fast, and we should be able to roll that out in a matter of weeks. Sorry, someone was saying anything.
No, that's I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be a huge one.
Yeah, I think all of our customers, because it just gives the flexibility to the end customers to just log in inside the client portal, download any of their invoices, or even cancel their subscription or update their card on file. So I think it's very handy for your customers if you're specifically running a membership kind of thing, or if you have an edtech kind of products that you're selling in. Automatic taxes for US, what we just talked about. Square integration, priority one right now for the core payments team. The team has already started working on this. Probably in a month's time frame, the Square integration should also get live, which will be a native integration. So you'll go inside payments integration and Square will be available to connect, and you will be starting, Square will be available to accept payments across all channels that we just talked about. Improved PayPal integration, this is also in the works, and in a matter of weeks, there are a couple of updates that we are doing to PayPal right now. And I think PayPal is very limited in the integration that we earlier built when we started with payments 3 or 4 years back. But I think right now what we are integrating is if you're using Stripe or if you're using authorize.net, all of the subsequent transactions, let's say the subscription got created on 3rd of July, then 3rd of August transaction, 3rd of September transaction, all of those are happening on PayPal, and the customer has no clue about what all transactions are going through, what is the status of the subscription, whether a payment has been failed or not, or I want to refund a particular payment, or I want to cancel the subscription. All of those capabilities are missing with PayPal. So all of that is being made available right now, and in a matter of month, PayPal will become at a similar level as what Stripe integration exists right now. So all of the refunds, cancellations, updating card on file, or anything related to the payment received or order submitted trigger, all of those will function accurately with PayPal.
Can you confirm something for me? There was a question early on before everybody joined about PayPal integration with forms. Is that a thing yet or no?
Not today, because as I said, at the first level, we are building that infra to listen to webhooks, to initiate the transactions, to list those transactions on our side. Once that is developed, I think we'll include that within the payment element so that forms or invoices or docs and contracts, communities, membership, every one of them will be able to consume that framework, and they'll be able to float PayPal. So I will not say that PayPal is not coming to forms, but immediately not coming. Improvements are happening, and post that we'll make it available across different channels.
Okay, so my bad on that one. I think you were asking about that, but cool.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Awesome. Payments reporting. There are the dashboard widgets that are missing for payments right now, like most sold products, total revenue that I'm making per month, or most purchasing customers, or things like that. So you will be able to get the basic widgets related to orders, transactions, invoices in the payment dashboard section. You will be able to have monthly TPV, let's say how much you are making per month, how much coupons redemptions are happening, how much orders are being processed, which product is being sold the most, or which customer is giving me the most money. All of those things I think should be possible with this kind of reporting. And then as we discussed, SaaS plans and available across different channels. So this is being worked upon, and probably in a month's time frame, this should be available as an MVP to start with. Awesome. These are updates from my side. Any questions? Happy to take those up.
Dutch, you said you had a quick one here.
Yes, it was about a little earlier. We discussed the delivery and shipping and delivery based on like country and those kind of things. For delivery, would it be based on zip codes that you can select an area, or how is that going? For delivery, we don't care if it's in Canada, because in Texas we're not driving all the way to Canada to deliver something. So is it then based on miles or kilometers away from the location, or zip codes, or how's that working?
What's you want to take that up?
Yeah, right now the deliveries are just based on like states, provinces, and territories. So you can just define like different zones for your within your country. So let's say if you want to sell in, like, let's say in a specific region, in a specific state within your country, you can set it up. Regarding zip code, we have that on our like roadmap, but right now it's not possible to just set up a zone just based on the zip code and then add a delivery charge to it. As of now, you can just set up a like shipping zone based on the states.
Yeah, so it'll be relative to you. So if you're in Texas and you want to ship to California, you put the 50% tax on shipping to California. So yeah.
But for delivery within Texas is also a little difficult sometimes, depending on where you are in Texas. So it can be a 16-hour ride, or it can be like around the corner. But yeah, we wait for the zip codes then.
It is a pretty big state, I hear. So cool. And then Keith.
No, I think there is one question from Mark. Dia asked one question whether.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Keith was hand raised. So you go ahead, Keith.
Thank you. Yeah. So for the variable amount
donations, recurring payments.
Yeah, recurring payments in a form. What is the timeline? Are we addressing the variable amount recurring donation?
No, not with that release.
Why? Why are we rushing to launch all these beautiful e-commerce options when core functions haven't been completed yet?
And I think for the idea that you sent in that's not how our system works as of now. Is it possible to have recurring donations in Stripe? I don't think that is possible as well, right?
I don't know. I don't care. Well, sorry, that's not fair. That's not fair. My question is, if there's a technical reason, then tell me so that I understand the technical reason.
Yeah, because you see, when you have to create a subscription, right? You have to define the recurring frequency. There has to be a product in the backend that is created, and that's where we force you to create a product, define the frequency, monthly price is this, and etc. Whereas if you give it to the end customer to choose from, the end customer can say that, hey, I want to pay it monthly or I want to pay it yearly. The use case makes absolute sense to me. I don't deny with the use case. I can go to an NGO website, say that, hey, I want to donate to this NGO $100 every month or $200 every year, for example. So the use case makes sense to me, but I think technically would be a big of a change for us, because the engine runs right now by looking up the product, defining the frequency, and then putting it over into the subscription engine. Whereas here, what we are doing is we are asking the customer to define the frequency, and based on customer's input, we'll have to get that product created in the backend, and based on that, we'll have to push it inside the subscription engine, which is pretty complicated. So that's where we don't give the customer an option to choose whether I want to pay monthly or yearly or weekly. We ask the user or the merchant to define that, hey, what kind of recurring payments I'm collecting. And based on the selection, we push that into the subscription cycle. So that the first step, creating the product from the consumer and pushing it into the subscription, I think that is, I would not say it is impossible, but it is quite complicated and would take us a bit of time. And that's where we want to have recurring payments, the merchant initiated products, which already have a defined frequency, which already have a defined amount working first. And I think then we'll be able to explore the technical challenges here. But you understand what I'm trying to say here, right?
Now I understand the technical issue. Yes, thank you. That's the frustrating part, is as a no code, non-technical user, I'm looking at the use case, and we put an idea on the ideas board, and we're told it's complete, and it's clearly from a use case perspective, it's not complete. And so it's really frustrating when we have to go back on the ideas board and re-say what we already submitted. And I'm talking, okay. This is a Sean level conversation, or maybe a Varun level conversation. But we as the users are telling you what we want, and the developers are producing a thing that does a little tiny portion of what we need to serve the customer. The customer needs this, and we're given this, and we're told it's complete. And then we have to go back and try to get votes on the ideas board to finish out this, because this is what we need, not this.
I agree.
Prashant, given that it's a defined product before it ever hits the website and can ever be chosen from an end user, like a visitor, couldn't it make sense to give more flexibility when building, let's say, a product page, or like putting a custom form element that shows or hides different products based on what the user's like selecting on that page, right? So conditional logic. So you create 10 products, you define the price and the frequency of the product, but then you can kind of blend that with a form and only show or hide certain products based on what the user's selecting.
Correct. And I think that can also be a way. And I think we have explored that internally, but it will be big of a changes. And that's where we held off on this, because the recurring payments or whatever subscriptions we create, those need to be exactly replicated how it is in order forms inside forms, so that users can have form customizations. Whatever was missing in order forms, it gets available in forms, and it works the exact way how order forms used to work. But with the advanced capabilities, I think we'll have to spend some time more on this and think out of a solution. What you are saying, Andrew, it also makes sense. We can do that. And what I was also suggesting, it can also be done. But I think we'll get a solution. And Keith, for your reference, I'll check this internally as to why the ideas board was closed, or I'll relay this feedback to the appropriate team. But I think we'll get the use case done. I'm 100% in agreement with the use case that you are describing me. How we achieve it technically, I think it's up to us.
Yep.
And that's fair.
Thanks for the feedback, Keith. I mean, it's, not always fun to hear things aren't going so great, but it's good feedback. And, if we do nothing, we get better over time. So anything else for the good of the order before we sign off here? Thank you, Charles. Very nice. Cool. Well, hearing nothing else, thanks so much for the presentation, team. Looks really cool. A lot of great stuff coming out. And as we said, we'll continue to get better on the stuff that's still missing and run down some of these internal things for you. But yeah, thanks for playing, and we'll see you again on the next one, which I think is going to be on Thursday. So
thanks everyone. Thanks for joining in.
Bye-bye, guys.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys.